A very warm greetings to all my dear students. Today we are going to learn the first chapter of economics. The name I will let you guess. Let us take the example of 4G technique through which the online teaching learning process has been possible. Earlier we were having 2G or 3G technique. So the technique has improved from 2G to 3G. Now you must have seen in the newspaper that India has become fifth largest economy of the world. Earlier it was not that largest, and we now become the fifth largest economy of the world. Let us take another example of infrastructure. You must have observed that infrastructure over a period of time has improved. Nowadays, there is no middleman in terms of distributing wages to the laborers, daily wages workers. Wages are being directly transferred to the beneficiary accounts. So all these examples indicate that life of a people in terms of functioning, in terms of aspiration, has improved. It has progressed. So now you can think of a chapter that we are going to start with, that is development. Now here questions comes. What do you mean by development? Development is a process through which we can see improvement. Development is a process through which we can find any improvement in the life of a people, in the society, in the country, in the world. Now, what content we are going to learn in this chapter? The first concept, we will define development. What are the goals of development? Different goals and aspirations of different people. National development, comparison of countries, how we are going to compare one country with another country on the basis of development, what are the different parameters. We will also talk about human development, how we are going to measure development, and then most important content that need to be discussed is sustainable development. Now, what do you mean by development? Development is the process in which something grows, becomes more mature and advanced. This is a branch of economics. Development economics is a branch of economics that focuses on improving the economies of developing countries. Economics and economy, both are two different terms. Economy means it is a system, and economics is the study of that system. So development economics consider how to promote economic growth in such countries by improving factors like health, education, working conditions, domestic and international policies, market conditions, etc. It examines both macroeconomics and microeconomic factors relating to the structure of a developing economy and how that economy can create effective domestic and international growth. Now, two terms, macroeconomics and microeconomics. Micro means small. When we are going to learn economics at a smaller level, this is microeconomics, and when we are going to learn economy as a whole, then macroeconomics. So here comes, or you will also find that different people are having different goals. Different people can have different developmental goals. What may be development for one may not be development for others. It may be destructive for others also. How we are going to discuss this concept, that different people have different goals and aspirations. To discuss it further, let us analyze the different categories of people and their developmental goals. Let us take the example of landless rural laborers. What are the developmental goals or aspirational goals for these people? More days of work with better wages. They also want quality education for their children. They also want that there should not be any kind of social discrimination in the society. They should be treated equally. Let us take the example of an urban rich boy. What will be the developmental goals and aspiration of this urban rich boy? He wanted to earn more. He will also aspire to expand his business or production. He wanted to be popular. He wanted to be a role model. He wanted to be followed as a model, so that others may be inspired from his life. Now we will take the example of an Adivasi. Adivasi are referred as tribes. They mostly reside in jungle area. They are deprived of, they are not so developed. So their goals and aspirations are also very small. They just wanted to confine themselves in their jungle areas also only. So they wanted that their area should be protected. There should not be any kind of interference from government side. They also want to find resources for their daily life. They wanted to earn resources. They wanted to get the resources so that their daily life will go easily, and they also able to fulfill their basic needs. But when you will observe that an Adivasi wanted that government should not interfere in their local affairs. Recently, or last year, there was a condition of Patalgadi. Many people have shared this idea that Patalgadi was the idea which has developed from this concept that they don't want any interference from the government side. But that was totally a different conditions. They were doing different things. Now we will take about the goals and aspirations of a girl from rich urban family. Rich urban family, a girl from rich urban family want more freedom like brother. She also want to take her decision, self decision making. She also want to pursue her studies abroad. She wanted to go abroad to have further studies, further higher studies. When you will compare the girl from rich urban family and a girl from rural poor family, you will find that there is a totally different goals and aspirations of a girl from rural poor family. She just wanted to be allowed to attend her school. She just wanted to have studies in higher secondary sections or pursue her higher education. So you will find there are different type of peoples having different developmental goals. How it is possible that a persons residing in the same type of society are having different developmental goals? These goals and developmental goals and aspirations are different for different people because of the fact that their economic and social backgrounds are different. Their aspirations for their life are also different. So they are having different goals and aspirations for their life. Now, different person could have different as well as conflicting notions of a country's development. What may be the developmental aspirations for country may be different from others. In the process of national development, a heavy industries, let us take the example, in the process of national development, a heavy industry is to set up, or we can say that it is a all-round development of nation, like education, health and national income. So what is the priority? That is totally dependent upon the person, how he aspire for the national development or development of a nation. Now we will discuss the two types of goals that people are always having in their mind, that is destructive and conflicting goals. A girl expects as much freedom and opportunity as her brother, and that he also share in household work. Her brother may not like it. To protect the country from global epidemic, ongoing lockdown is important. I am talking about current situation in which to protect the country from global epidemic, ongoing lockdown is important, but daily wages workers, shopping centers may not like it. To get more electricity, industrialists want more dams to be constructed, but this may submerge the land and disrupt the lives of people who are going to be displaced from that place. Different people can have different developmental goals. What may be, let us repeat this because this is very important. What may be development for one may not be development for others. It is because of the fact that development for one may not be development for others because the economic and the social background of different peoples are different. Now, how we are going to compare different countries? There are different methods to compare. For measuring development, income of the countries are considered to more important attributes. It is the income that will be helpful for comparing different countries. Even if when we are comparing one family with another, we talk about various factors like what is the family income, how many stories that house is built of, how many rooms are there in that family, that house, how many car are there in that particular family. So all these are acting as a factor of measuring or comparing one family with another. Similarly, for society, we are having what kind of facilities. It may be economic facilities, it may be social facilities, it may be the healthcare facilities that can be used to compare. Similarly, when we talk about the state, we talk about literacy rate, we talk about medical facilities available, we talk about GDP growth of that particular state. Here the term GDP, what does it mean? GDP means it is the sum total of all the final goods and services produced, sum total of market value of all the goods and services produced in that particular country in a year. So GDP. So GDP plays a very important role in order to compare two different countries, two different states, and in fact it is part of income. So that is what national income we will talk about here. It refers to the market value of all goods and services produced within the country during a financial year. This is national income. GDP means the national income, and that is called gross domestic product, GDP. So it is one of the factors through which we can find out the income of a country. Now we will talk about average income. It is the ratio of total national income of a country with respect to total population, and through which we are going to find out per capita income. How we are going to find out the per capita income? It can be found out by dividing the total income of a country with total population. Okay, mental goals. Different people from different family are having different developmental goals. So today we will stop here, and from next class, in my next lecture, I will discuss about the World Development Report and talk about what are the different income and how the countries of the world has been divided. Thank you.